We only have 72 hours. Chef Jon and I made a plan to go camping somewhere completely different and get out of the wet, cold rainforests of British Columbia. Our destination? The Oregon sand dunes. This would require a day of driving each way, leaving us with just 24 hours to explore this magnificent place. Today, I'm going to give you a tour of one of the most fascinating and amazing locations you can take your off-road vehicle. Oregon sand dunes are located midway down Oregon, obviously right on the west coast on the ocean if you're looking to check them out. And the ones we're on are just south of a town called Florence. I've been here a few times and I really enjoy off-roading here. So what I've done is kind of broken the sand dunes down into 4 types of off-roading. And this is not official by any means, but this is kind of how I see it. One, we've got the huge swell dunes. They're really tall and you can climb them and they have blown off cliffs. There's sand trails that kind of weave off of those that are technical and you can get sideways. Then we've got this area where Jon and I have camped last night. It's sort of a foresty section that borders between the ocean and the big dunes, and there's some trails through here which get super flooded. And then there's the beach area, which you can drive on the beach for quite some time and cruise along the ocean, which is really awesome. I'm gonna take you on a tour and show you those 4 types of areas today, give you guys a little guide to the Oregon sand dunes while I show Chef Jon around.
Sounds like a plan. Got the flag on.
Yes.
After a little fabrication evening the other night, and we're good to go.
Couple things if you're planning to come here that you should know before you head out on the dunes. 1, you need an ATV permit in Oregon. This allows you to go on any of the off-road areas in Oregon, not just the sand dunes. You need to grab one of those from a local store before you hit any of the off-road areas. Second, if you're gonna off-road on the dunes, you need a flag. Now, I believe the flag needs to be at least 8 feet in the air. You can see Chef Jon's flag right there behind me. I've got one on the back. You need to have a flag to off-road on the dunes. But the first thing that we're gonna do is air down, and we wanna air down super low. Traction is super important on the dunes, and you want to air down like you were trying to crawl through snow. So we are having a blast out here with the 4Runner and the Jeep. But do you know what else is a lot of fun out here on the dunes? A Ford Raptor. This week we partnered up with Ronin Factory, and they are giving away a pearl white wide body customized Ford Raptor and $20,000 in cash. They are trying to provide 10,000 meals for veterans, homeless, and the elderly this holiday season. And Ronin Factory has raised over $2.5 million over the last 2 years for charity organizations such as Make-A-Wish, Wounded Warriors, and this one, Meals on Wheels. They are doing 1 entry for every $1 spent on their website. And if you're wondering what kind of stuff you can pick up on RoninFactory.com, they are a lifestyle brand that has everything from everyday carry to apparel to truck accessories. And you can use my code KC250 for 10% off your purchase. If you spend over $100, you'll get an additional 1,000 entries. And Ronin Factory also has pledge packs, and that'll get you entered into their weekly giveaways for things like a Traeger grill, PS5, or gas for a year, or maybe diesel for a year. Make all your purchases before December 26th, because that is when the giveaway entries end, and they will be giving it away in the first week of January. Thank you to Ronin Factory for sponsoring this week's video and helping all these amazing charities. Where do you want to go first? Beach? Or
sand? Sand?
Okay, next.
Beach, I guess.
Right.
I want to see the beach.
Go hit the beach.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so here we are in the beach. Behind us is that berm we just came over in the Jeep. So the beach is really easy to get access to off of the main highway. You just come down a road called South Jetty Road, which actually curls up north, and you can go all the way out to the jetty and the inlet that goes to Florence. But we just came over the berm. The berm today is quite simple and easy to get over. Sometimes it can be a bit of a struggle to get up, just because of the way the wind and the weather is always changing the sand dunes. Right behind me, we've got the beach that we can travel all the way south, about 5 kilometers or so. And so we're gonna take a rip. You can basically go the whole length of the dunes, up and down, and there's little trails that cut in all along the way. This is a pretty good way to get down into the dunes, and if you want to cut into an area and check it out, or you can go in right where we camped, which is right next to the OHV staging ground. Hey John, we got the beach.
We're at the beach.
We're at the beach.
It's awesome.
Yeah, hey?
Just being able to just drive down.
Yeah, so we're gonna be able to drive down behind you here, all the way down there for about
That's a long beach.
5K or so, and we can cut into the dunes wherever we want.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait. That's awesome.
And then this way.
What does that sign say?
Yeah, well, this way we can. I'm pretty sure we can go that way this time of year. North of the dunes is closed through part of the year.
Does that say danger, safety second up there?
Oh,
Is that what that says?
Let's go check out that sign. North from here, we can go up the beach as well and curl around onto the jetty. There's also a road that takes you up there. Halfway down, and the first turn in to the dunes is coming up. So we just finished coming all the way down the dunes. We're now almost to the end. You can go a little bit further, but you just have to turn around. There's no cut in. But right here behind me, there's a cut up into it, and then we'll go up and we'll go through some of the forest border trails. So between the ocean and the beach drive here, there's a section of trees and sort of like jungly stuff, and there's some trails cut through there that you can ride along. Now we'll go check them out, because sometimes they're really deep and really flooded, so I'm not sure what they'll be like. We've had them and we've gone in, and it gets right up to the edge of your hood and you kind of want to stop and turn around, but we'll go check it out, see if we can get through some of the trails, and then we're going to go through into the main dunes where we'll be able to ride up some of those huge bluffs, and we'll take a look at some of those offshoot trails from the main section, and we'll go check out Tree Island and see if we can get to it, and if it's not too steep going down into it.
Is there pirates on Tree Island?
No pirates. That's at Pirate Island.
Oh.
We got off the beach and we're into this foresty jungle section between the ocean and the dunes. And so this trail right here goes east-west, but then there's a set of trails that go north-south. These trails that go along here get really flooded out. And here's one. There are signs that indicate different trail names and ways you can go. There is a PDF map that you can get of the whole dunes area. I've been just kind of slowly mapping it out on Gaia GPS over the last few trips, so I have a fairly good knowledge of my way around here. It's not too hard to navigate, just be careful and really, really slow when you can't see and you're coming over stuff, because you don't know what's on the other side. Definitely a flooded trail. Ooh, that's getting deep. I got really deep there for a second. Okay, so that's the trail we just came out of. I guess if you come from this direction, they have a nice sign indicating high water, but wow, that got really deep coming through there. Almost to the top of my tires, just at the bottom of the door line. Nice clean watermark there over the door line.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was nice.
Back in the Jeep, let's do a little bit more of these forest trails, and then we'll get out on the main dune section, and we'll check out some of those offshoot trails, as well as some of the big, tall dunes. And we'll go hunt for Tree Island, and then we're gonna cook some dinner later on top of the dunes. So here we are on the dunes. What do you think? Look at this. Woo. Just through that side trail that kind of bridged us between that forest section and the ocean, and now we're in the wide dunes. We got a bit of rain, so I had to bring the old drone down, but there's some tree islands off in the distance that I think we'll make our way to, and along the way we'll show you guys just how big these dunes get. It looks pretty flat right here, but as we get closer to them, they're huge.
You know what the best part is? Blue sky.
I know.
Blue sky. We're getting a little bit.
Really good if we get some of this blue sky and fly the drone some more. Let's go do a little bombing.
Let's do it.
Just watch out for those drop-offs, because I broke an axle on one of those ones. If it's your first time out on the dunes, take it really easy and slow. A lot of drop-offs can come out of nowhere and you don't see them until the last second, and then it's too late. And the wind just sweeps all of these dunes all the time, so they're always changing. Now, one tip that I would give you, if you're unsure, look for existing tire tracks, because if somebody else has gone through it, there's a pretty good chance that you'll be able to go through it as well. And if all of a sudden those tire tracks disappear, then there was probably a drop off and somebody was jumping their quad or side by side. So just take it easy for the first little while, get used to it, and get a little bit of a lay of the land and how it feels to go up and down some of these bumps. Even a bump that looks small, when you come up to it and approach it and go up, it can be quite a jolt. So you don't want to take it with too much speed or you'll end up damaging your Jeep. So we're just gonna go do a little driving through here. I'm gonna look for existing tracks, especially as we start to get closer to the big sand dunes that are dangerous if you're not careful. And I'm just gonna be watching existing tire tracks, looking for holes, looking for dips in the sand that I don't wanna fall in. Come up to the top of this huge sand hill. We might actually cook dinner up here because this is epic, but I wanted to show you guys a little bit of sort of these side trails that cut in and out of some of these berms and hills. It's much harder to get the Jeeps into some of these spots because there's some really steep dips up and down and really off camber trails. I've taken the JK through, but its center of gravity is super low. It's only 5'8", where the JL is 8 feet. And so it leans a lot more. It's a little more sketchy, but you can see the dunes behind me. Tree Island's way down there. So there's all these tracks that go through and kind of cut through these little berms and vegetation, but they start to weave in and down. Now we can probably get through that really wide one here. You know, maybe we'll go down this one, but they start to go through all of these berms and they get really tight. There's some really cool waves and off-camber stuff, but we're not gonna take our Jeeps through. We're gonna go down and play on some more of these high peaks. I'll go show you some of the really steep dunes that we can go down.
All right, quick interrupt to the video. Jon and I went out to play on the dunes and we ended up in some really rough situations that we had to break out our winch and recovery straps. I almost drove right into a big pit and Jon got really close to rolling over the 4Runner. I wanted to keep this video very focused on a tour of the dunes as well. Those recoveries, we're gonna push this video to be really long. So what I'm gonna do is upload them in a couple of days on the channel of just the recoveries themselves. So hit the subscribe button and keep an eye out for them. They'll be up in a few days. We'll have a full video next weekend as always. Back to the video.
And the sky is clear. There's no more rain. So this is awesome. A little more into it and throttle just a little bit sooner. Throttle, there you go. Oh, almost. So there you go, you got a little practice.
Great success.
A little practice failing and backing down.
Yeah.
And then a little bit more understanding of how much speed you need.
It's nice when there's not like a hard rock behind you to back into.
Yeah, you know, the dunes are forgiving. Like, just go find a couple of spots to practice on. Yeah. And, you know, learning how to go up those little ledges now as we're driving along, you'll understand how much momentum and when to throttle, kind of going through some of this stuff. So just come out here and spend a little bit of time practicing. You don't need to like drive around the dunes all day. You can find a couple obstacles and just kind of practice some of your off-road skills, and they'll help you in other situations, not just on sand. You'll learn your vehicle more, how much speed it needs to carry up different obstacles and stuff. So good driving practice.
All right, guys, we're doing a special dinner out here on the dunes. We're gonna do some wicked smash burgers. We're gonna finish it off with some really awesome smoked cheddar from Tillamook Creamery up the road. It's an excellent local cheese, so it's gonna taste insane. The Tillamook Smash Burger. The TSB you want.
TSB. Thanks, sir. Thank you, Chef John, for this excellent meal, and what a great trip down to the dunes. It's a quick one, just a 72-hour road trip, always a lot of fun. And before we wrap this up, I'll let you guys know how awesome this burger is. That Tillamook smoked cheddar with that bacon, barbecue sauce, ground chuck. Excellent, excellent burger. So let me know down in the comments below where else we should be taking our adventures to as we move into the new year. Go check out John on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel because I upload every week, and I know you enjoyed this video, so leave a like. It helps me out a ton and helps my videos get noticed and shown to more people on YouTube. I'll see you guys next week.